Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with your weekly trade example for the week ending June the 28th of 2013. And in this week's trade example, I simply want to give a congratulations to Shirley Hudson on her latest achievement. And I'll get to that in just a minute. Shirley has co-authored several courses with me, our London close trade strategy and our Recurring Forex Patterns course. But specifically, I want to talk about the RFP course today. You know, Shirley is very meticulous in terms of keeping records of her trading. She takes a screenshot of every single trade that she takes. Okay, then what she does, she keeps a spreadsheet of her results. The screenshots are taken every day on every trade and they're kept in a file. Now where she gets behind sometimes is in updating her spreadsheet, and she's been trying to find the time to do that because she's pretty darn busy otherwise, and she finally got it all up to date this past week. Now, before I bring up the spreadsheet, I need to give the normal disclaimer that I always do, and that is that you're not going to get these results. Okay, nobody is. And that should be pretty obvious, I think. The reasons are simply that we all trade at different times of the day. We trade different currency pairs, like maybe she's traded a pair that you don't trade, or vice versa. And even if you take the same setup, where you get filled may not be the exact same price as where she got filled. And the same goes for getting out of the trade and for moving your stops and managing your trade. So you can see that there's going to be differences. This is just an illustration of what's possible. I don't know if it's humanly possible, maybe inhumanly possible. But anyway, here are the latest results. I'll just show you here now. And I was talking to the Coaches Corner members yesterday about this spreadsheet. And when Shirley sent this to me, I have to tell you, she herself was blown away. I mean, you know, she knew they were going to be pretty impressive, but didn't really know just how good they were. She knew that she hadn't had a losing trade in a very long time, and that her reward to risk ratios were very strong to go along with unbelievable accuracy. But this was astounding to say the least. I mean, you can see over 97% accuracy. This is this year. She's had one losing trade, and that was New Zealand US dollar pair on the 10th of January. I mean, this is just incredible. Almost pretty much a 2.7 to 1 reward to risk with that kind of accuracy. Over 18,210 pips in less than 6 months. These are up till June 25th. I also have to tell you this. When she sent the results to me in her email, she said flat out, and I'm going to quote the email. I wrote it down here. She said, "No one is going to believe this. I hardly do, but I took these trades. There is one loser, just one. I am not sure you want to show this because it will raise eyebrows. But I will tell you that I took these trades, every last one of them. These patterns work." Unquote. You know what? I know Shirley very well. I've known her since 2006. I've met up with her personally on many occasions. I've met her husband. I've met her dog. Okay, she's a 69-year-old grandmother, a mother, a wife, one heck of a trader. So whether or not someone chooses to believe these results or not, it really doesn't matter. They are what they are, and she sent them to me, and that's all I can say about it. When she first came to me for a coaching session, she was a losing trader like everybody else that starts out in this business, but through incredible focus, perseverance, she's gone on to become one of the best traders I have ever seen. And look, you know what? There's other ways to trade besides this. I'm not going to get into a nitpicky match over who made the most pips and blah, blah, blah. The internet's full of people with all sorts of claims that may or may not be true. Robots are out there. You know, I don't know. And I don't know them personally. Okay, so I can't judge them. I do know Shirley. And I do know Shirley personally, and I'm just saying that I think it's pretty obvious that the RFP patterns, when you learn them properly, like any other strategy, are pretty awesome. And this is just the results. Behind the scenes is the, you know, money management, the risk management, the trade management. This stuff makes a big difference. Reading conditions on the day is all important. But over 10,000 net, or pardon me, 18,000 net pips in a half a year with just one losing trade. I mean, you know, what can you say? I mean, that's unreal. Actually, I'll show you an example from today, which is Friday, June the 28th, of a setup, just so you get a sense of what we kind of look for here. And it's right here on the US Canadian dollar pair. And it's a pair that we have a long bias on. This thing's very strong. And so when strong buying opportunities show up, you got to take them. They're worth taking. This is how you got to act on opportunities. And as you can see on my 4-hour chart, I'll just put that on here. I use support resistance levels. I find them very useful when you use them properly. Okay, they're places to watch. And today was actually, if we go back to the 1-hour chart here, was a pattern number 6 trade right down in here Also, some of you might know this as the VIC trade. And it was also a pattern number 4 trade off of a 15-minute chart that combined together with a buy entry indicated right down here at the daily central pivot. Look at this level of support down here. See this? And great level here. And there was the daily central pivot there at 104.67. So you're looking at an entry with spread of about 104.70 with the spread in there. And you might want to give it as much as 12 pips of risk. Normally we can do this trade with about 10 pips of risk. That's it. Which makes your reward very easy to get it, like a 2 or 3 or 4 to 1 or whatever. And I had this trade on here actually at 104.70. And I gave it 12 pips just because there was a news release coming out at that time. But it was a flat number that came out. There was lots of time to see the number and get your order in. And a perfect trade. We also use, by the way, slingshots and MOFs to confirm what the pattern is showing. And in this case, it was a perfect 30-minute MOF trade. Okay, and so as it went up, you got to know where to take your profits. Really important. You can't just sit there staring at it and hoping. The first target on here was at 105.18 is where I took it off for a 48 pip profit. So with a 12 pip risk, it was a 4 to 1 reward to risk on that one trade. Okay, and there are lots of others today too. Shirley wasn't trading today. I'll guarantee it because she's just taking a day off finally. I'll guarantee you she would have had this, and there was a whole bunch of other trades. So this is just one trade, so you can imagine the returns you can get when you do this. So the idea is that you can learn to read the market structure and use these patterns to take on some really nice trades. Having said that, the intent with the RFP course is that you'll learn to read the market structure and recognize the patterns and be able to trade them for yourself. As I said, you're not going to get the results that Shirley got or anybody else, but you certainly don't need to do anything close to what she did to do very well with your trading, right? And by the way, something you should know too, if you don't already, is that Shirley and I now provide a service where we point out the RFP pattern trading opportunities 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, on 4 different currency pairs. And we show Asia, Singapore, London, and New York. You can get information in the body of the email here. And we do it because when traders first start out, it's a real help for them to have that constant repetition of seeing the patterns over and over, and it can really fast track their ability to see them very easily in real time, which is what it's all about. That's the RFP Daily Trade Review Service. Have a look at that. And it's very inexpensive too, by the way, just so you know. Anyway, I just want to offer my huge congratulations to Shirley. I feel very privileged working with her. She's become such a great inspiration, and that's the idea. Those kind of results that you see there, we want them to be inspirational, to show what's possible. And she's just a role model for so many people who want to start getting some consistent, long-lasting success with their trading. Hey, at 69 years old, she's doing this. So I'm saying that, don't tell me that you're too old or you're too this or that to learn this kind of stuff. Anybody can do this if you have the right commitment and focus. So congratulations, Shirley. Those are just terrific results. And by the way, before I say goodbye, if you're even thinking of joining the Coach's Corner, Shirley's going to be a guest during our next session, which is going to be Tuesday, July the 2nd of next week, instead of our regular Monday, because I'm not going to be here. And in that session, she's going to show us exactly how she sets up her trading day, how she's able to be so prepared to nail these trades so consistently. So that's going to be a very valuable session, I'd say. Keep in mind, she only trades with a single laptop. That's it. No multiple monitors. Okay, leave it at that. You guys have a great weekend and week ahead. I'll see you at the end of next week with another weekly trade example.